mini story that's going to come out in September in a 100-word story. So aside from the title, it has 100 words. Adult theater. I bought my best friend a singing telegram, a Pee Wee Herman impersonator. It turned out he was a transvestite meth head living in one room hung wall to wall with dresses. I know this because at the last minute he called asking for a ride to the gig. He'd gotten into a fist fight with his lover who took the car. "It's open," he said softly, still curled on the couch, the eye of a storm of tulle. In the car, I pretended not to notice him covering a shiner as he reapplied his rouge. That the birthday balloon said, "It's a girl." And this is from this issue of We Still Like box set. The incomplete and impossible attempt to construct the collected artist, the categorized history, and the enraptured listener. Mark Fenster said that. Album artwork. Step-by-step instructions for the drawing of a human ear. There is a yellow sticker affixed to the bottom front cover. It says, "Between the mixtape and the MP3, the phrase, 'I made you a CD,' has built and broken many a romance. Columbia House will eventually stop hunting you down, but this collection will always know where you live." The sticker will never come off cleanly. A solvent will be required. Album title, Love Low. The instructions include thoughts about the ear's complications, the organ's folds, and ways to attack its design for better representation on the page. The instructions use proper English. S's take the place of Z's. There are OUs where O's might stand alone, and A's instead of E's. Thoughts about the tone of the ear, this means its color, take up most of the middle section. And there are notes about light, mid-range, and dark tones, tones for every shade of listener. To her surprise, the instructions work. After only a few moments, there is an ear on the page, but so lonely, page deaf. She spends hours erasing and redrawing the ear's center, turning the irregular shape at its heart into the shape of a heart with traces of faint Ticonderoga No. 2. The heart seems natural there, almost organic. It beats on the page, a quiet pulse. And when she blows away the accumulated bits of eraser and paper, it quivers. Album artwork, a child's drawing. The paper is folded in half, and on the side unseen, a glass tips off a table. It lives in midair. Her child's voice, prescient in the penciled caption underneath, says, "Mom, I broke a glass." Album title, A Boy is Walking Away. The stick figure of a man drawn in what is presumed to be from the title, the distance. His torso is the usual T, but his legs curve out like parentheses, and what they share is that he is a cowboy. No matter how invisible his horse, its existence is proved by this stance. His legs are traced and retraced. Thicker lines than the rest, they will be paid attention to. They bow and flare like chaps as a train rolls through just beyond the page. A hidden train hits a hidden track, and her song whistles down the empty main street in the bright white of the paper's high noon. Before the cowboy can think to draw, the air fills with the smell of hot lead, and the ground at his feet is peppered with his death sentence. A boy is walking away. Album artwork, a nipple wet with lipstick kissed to cardstock. Album title, Plumage, after the lipstick's color, plumage number 10. Her breasts are wings. The feather slices lips as she rises above them and flies toward her nest at the top of a forgotten telephone pole. She built her nest there from cellophane wrappers, spent guitar strings. It is braided through with the shine of guts pulled from cassette tapes left on curbs where she'd land, pry open the cardboard boxes, peck through for songs that included her name, then toss those tapes up in the air so they might clatter, crack open on the sidewalk, the insides loosened. Leaping onto the naked cassettes, she'd nip their threads, hover, pull, her wings beating quarter notes on the sidewalk, unwind each one, then take off and up, streamers trailing from her beak as she moved silently through the night sky. In the nest thus created at the top of the telephone pole that has been forgotten by telephones, and warmed with the death of sound, 2 speaker cones nestle in the hollow. When she rests on them, her blood-tipped wings folded for sleep, the cones begin to tremble and shake, crackle with static, until the day comes when they fall from their perch in stereo, plummet, but catch themselves, flown speakers. Album artwork, a copy copy of a copy. Black and white stock photos bearing the faintest allusion to the songs that are all listed in painfully tidy black print. The handwriting is almost machined, all capitals. There are no mistakes. There are no hidden tracks. Title, Effigy. Bored of being hurt by his casual selections chosen in cursory scrolls through lists of MP3s, she gathers the CDs he's made for her and burns his own songs back for him. It is a track list designed to mimic his posture, weight, and girth. She papier-mâchés him from his own favorites. Her glue and spit echo his. The headphones she attaches to his mocking ears are old-fashioned, large, and cushioned. The noose she makes with their cord is old-fashioned as well. She strings him up to a festooned gallows glistening with tinsel. This is her carnival. She sets a fire underneath, kindles it with record sleeves and liner notes. The flames tickle his feet, pull at his pants. She whoops, shakes her breast free in the open air. She throws beads at herself in reward, catches them. This is her Mardi Gras. The fire crawls up his chest and licks his beard, moves to the gallows. The decorations sparkle and catch, disappear in the night. The headphones tumble to the ground, their rubber melts sticky on the pavement. This is her crime spree. She arrests herself for littering. She is her own police force. Hating paperwork, she lets herself off with a warning, and with her one free phone call, she dials herself direct. Album artwork. It is a child's drawing, the dumbest boy in the world. There is no other artwork save an imagining of a geography where any intelligence is rated for insult, and no intelligence is lauded. A landscape populated by a missing E and E, by an O and R inverted, by an unnecessary U. Title, The Dumbest Boy in the World. Album artwork. The embroidered scrap of a pair of bloody khaki work pants. The pants weren't used for working. The blood is from a drunken fall. Title, On. She rocks in a chair whose paint peels, an embroidery hoop in her hands. Her stitching is careful but off. It is a sampler and so, a prayer for idle hands, busy work for wartime. Her needle sets down in the groove of the fabric, playing tunes distant and scratchy, the tunes of her mother's sewing box open at her feet. The needle slips through, outlines blue lips, back and through. The needle spins a 45, wants B-sides. She traces the rust and the bloodstains with gold. The needle passes on through, back and through, reaches the end, finds a track hidden there, a version of her song. It skips at her name, plays at the wrong speed, back and through. She fills the lips in, midnight sky. The needle moves faster, back and through, keeps skipping at her name, and she pricks herself, back and through. Her blood brightens the khaki, tangles down her arm, embroiders the floor. It muffles the sound like carpet, rocks it to sleep in the shh, shh of the chair's metronome.